Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos, now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light, it's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. This is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Yeah. Tap in, turn on. Yo, your higher self already logged in. If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing, I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher, every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing, every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it. Show it. If you want it, grow it. Grow. If you leave it, know it. Know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, already here. When I raise my vibration, the vision is clear. Vision is clear. If you want it, grow it. If you leave it, know it. Believe it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Give it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing, I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, it just wanted to go again. Peace and greetings, everyone. I just want to say welcome to everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. First of all, I just want to welcome everyone who's come on in the building. Glad to see you here. I greet you with higher insight. How are you feeling? How are you doing? And welcome on in. We're going to get started because I just finished working not too long ago. And all of a sudden, I said, you know what? I'm going to do the solar eclipse show today. And in case you all are wondering, because I know you probably already know this, the solar eclipse is going to be taking place on the 17th. Here's a couple of things that I want you to do as we get into this share. And yes, I see all the beautiful people in the building, and I'm so glad to have you all here. I'm so glad to have you all here joining me. We're going to do some shots out in just a moment. Um, but I want you to write this date, the 17th, down. Now, many of you already know this date of the 17th. You already have things that are planned for you here. But we're going to be doing something a little different. A little different tonight. But welcome to everyone on in. Let's get those likes out so we can let everybody know that we are here and we are live. Kind of an impromptu show, but hey, yeah, little spontaneous, a little Uranus, a little kind of popping out, a little bit off the cuff. But isn't that what is needed at this time? Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, let me see who is in the building. Please let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from, like what part of the world, what state you are tuning in from, what country you are tuning in from. We got Panama in the building. Good to see you. Welcome on in, Black Phoenix 369. Ooh, just coming in hot already. Oh, Sheila is in the building. We got Anastasia here. C. Jones is here. Welcome on in, the Veiled Goddess. I love y'all names. I love your names. And I love it that you all are tuning on in. Bridget is in the building. Welcome on in. Michelle is in the building. Welcome in. You guys are checking in from all over. Panama is in the building. We have Houston in the building. Louisiana is in the house. The ATL, Michelle is representing. Welcome in. Black Ice is in the building representing San Jose. Welcome on in. Canada is in the building. Keys shine bright. Love that. Bridget is tuning in from Connecticut. Love that. We got Arkansas in the building. No, I'm just playing. Arkansas is in the building. Eternal Light, the Alchemist, is here. And we have New Jersey in the building. Crystal is in the house. Divine Goddess is representing Las Vegas. Ooh, gonna be some interesting energy going on in your part of the world coming up soon. Virginia Beach is in the building. Welcome on in. Garden Art is here. Welcome in. Tasha is representing Hilton Head, South Carolina. Love that. Absolutely love that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Nikki is representing South Florida. Is it still cold down there? And then electromagnetic butterfly. Woo, love that name, sis. Every time I see it, so powerful, right? Representing my city as well, Austin, Texas, in the building. It was a beautiful day here today. How was the weather? We have Karen who is representing South America. Uh, I don't want to say it wrong. South America in the building. So welcome, welcome on in. Cleveland, Ohio is in the building. And we got Big Sedge in the building representing Norfolk, Virginia. Welcome on in. And ooh, Pascaluga, Pascaluga, Pascagoula, Mississippi is in the building. Welcome on in. Chocolate Thunder from Down Under. Love from the Navajo Nation is in the building. Welcome on in. So grateful. 1144 representing Baltimore. Welcome on in from Baltimore. PFE representing Louisiana in the building. Welcome on in. Rose G is representing Dallas, checking in for the Big D. Welcome on in. We got the Goddess Rainwater in the building representing Brooklyn, my birth city. Love Brooklyn. Love the Goddess Rainwater. Good to see you. Kismet. Ooh, Florida is in the building. Michelle Colin is representing. Ghetto Physics is in the building representing Inglewood, California. Wow. So you guys are representing Kansas City in the building. Welcome on in. We have North Vancouver, BC, Canada representing. Okay. Currently in North Vancouver, British Columbia, right? Canada. Did I say that right? Welcome on in. You are reconnecting with nature and Obsidian Butterfly Healer, the Goddess Rainwater says, from Brooklyn to Panama coming soon. Wow, that is definitely going to be one to grow on. We have Sharon that is representing Hartford, Connecticut. Welcome on in. Good to see you. And Supreme 7. Supreme 7. I'm going to need you to be front and center because I'm going to be talking about some Supreme 7 energy. So everybody here, all of you guys who feel that connection, that vibration with the frequency of that number 7, I want you to tune in. It's going to be a message in there, right? So whether that 7 is something you're connected with, whether you're the 7th child in your family, whether that number 7 is your born day or a combination, maybe that is your life path number. You feel that connection with that number 7. We got Betty D. Williams, 777, representing Lafayette, Louisiana. Welcome on in. And we have Inner Glow 760, a lot of 7s in the building. Welcome on in. We also have Third World University representing Baltimore. Good to see you in the building. Brittany Vibes is checking in from the DNB. Good to see you, Brittany Vibes, in the building. Auntie Inner G, let's see, is in the building. Welcome on in. We also have, very interesting. I lost my taste and smell on January the 16th. Has anyone else? Ooh. Yeah, we got to dive into that. We also have Florida tuning in from Belize. Floa. Am I saying it right? Floa teaming in, and I see those 7s there. Okay. Welcome. Ghetto Physics. Yes, you got those 7s going there. Definitely the Virginia. Miss Rich in the building. Good to see you. And Queen Brown Sugar. We got, I hear D'Angelo playing in the background. Want some of your brown sugar? Y'all hear that. Well, I got my notebook out. I finally finished the notes for the solar eclipse. And since it was done, I said immediately, because I'm in that season. When it's done, right? When it's done, it's done, that I was going to come on. So here I am. I am on. And this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the solar eclipse. We're going to be talking about the ring of fire. And this ring of fire and this solar eclipse that's going to be happening. And so many of you are talking about having the sensation of losing your taste and smell. We'll talk about that. Hold that thought. Remind me before we get out of here so we can talk about it. Greetings, Tracy. Good to see you, gentle soul, in the building. Lisa from Vegas is in the building. Good to see you, Lisa. Wait, is that Young Season 2? Yeah, Young Season 2 in the building. See all the people, all the beautiful people in the building. Let me do this. I want to ring the bell. I want to ring the bell for everyone who is in the building right now. And I also want to send a big, big shout out to everyone who is participating in the group session. We have 12 group sessions that's going on for the Dream Makers from Dream to Realities class. And boy, are we having a class. We are having a class, and they are putting in their work, and they are making their dreams come to reality. And I could not be more honored to work with such dedicated individuals, and to be a part of their path and their journey. And so I wanted to give them a very, very special shout out, as well as everyone who's a part of the Futuristic Activation Collective. I want to give them a shout out as well. We completed our first live activation and meeting together, and we have so much more to come. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and do this as we're getting ourselves settled. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this party started. All right. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone, and also, how are you feeling? And if you haven't had a chance to check in with how you're feeling, I definitely want to encourage you to do that now. It's a lot of things happening on planet Earth at this particular time. We are living in some unprecedented times, some powerful times, no doubt, right? Mm-hmm. Give me just one moment, you guys. I need to do this. I forgot to do this. Um, I forgot to do this, and I need to do this. All right. All right. Yeah. Let me handle something real quick. I thank you guys. I'm getting myself all set up here. But yes, want to welcome you all in. Had a pretty interesting day today. All of the sessions, of course, was off the hook. So again, higher insight to everyone, and welcome on in. I want you to know that right now at this moment, we are really standing. We're really standing at where time sort of kind of bends itself slightly. I don't know if you notice this or think about things that's happening in your life. Have you seen where time is bending just a little bit? Not forward, not backwards, but time is bending inward. Inward. And that's a lot what's going to be going on with this ring of fire, this solar eclipse. And so, what we will be discussing in this live stream is that the solar eclipse, which is also known as the ring of fire, and energetically, I want you to know that this is not going to be a blackout. This isn't going to be a blackout, even though there may be some blackouts on the planet. That was one of the predictions. But what's going to happen with this ring of fire? I don't know if you've seen my introduction. A little dramatic, but of course, got to do a little bit, right? The sun doesn't completely disappear. it becomes the outline. And I want you to think about that because that's going to be significant. And this solar eclipse that's going to be taking place is going to be happening on February the 17th of 2026. You know, we will have Valentine's Day, that will be on the 14th. And shouts out to the sister D Ray and the brother Dreamwise and the brother New. I can't think of the rest of his name, but I know that they're doing a very special event in Houston, Texas. You can check the archives. I interviewed the sister. She is amazing. And they're going to be putting on a powerful event. And it's going to be at the Shrine of the Black Madonna in Houston. And so if you're in the local area in Houston, it's something you may want to tap into. And they're going to be talking about something that is going to be a big theme on the planet this year, which is all about relationships. Now, of course, we know relationships have always been the big thing, but no, this is a different kind of way, the relationships. And they're going to be talking about relationships, and they're going to be sharing stories and giving you insight. And they're also going to make it a space for those who are single, not just those who are couples, to come together to understand some importance about healing and having healthy relationships. All right. I wanted to put that out there because it's so close to this date. We're really going to be walking our way up there. And I wouldn't be surprised that if on the 17th or somewhere therein, because I've been getting a lot of visions, and a lot of these visions have been coming from places like Antarctica, you know, which, interesting enough, I think the solar eclipse will be seen somewhere around Antarctica, you know, in South Africa and parts of South America. So if you live in those parts of the world, you know, this is where you will be able to do more than witness the ring of fire, but you will be able to physically witness the ring of fire. So this solar eclipse is interesting also because here's another thing, and I'm going to be going back and referring to my notes because I want you all to have this because it may actually trigger something that you're working on or something. And we're going to be going through all of the rising signs here as well. I'm not going to try to be too long-winded, but whenever I say that, I get a little long-winded. So who knows? But this is what I want to tell you. We have something interesting happening. So we have the solar eclipse. That's going to be happening on February the 17th, 2026. And depending on where you're at in the world, it's going to be taking place at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. That's important to know. 7 o'clock in the morning. It's going to actually, if you want to be technical, 7:01, right? That is going to be taking place. But we have something else. You know, solar eclipse is all about beginnings. We are in the year of a 10. That is amplifying beginnings. And, you know, when I energetically tuned into this, one of the things that I was shown and my guides showed me, it's not just new beginnings like, oh, today, I think I want to start a new fitness plan. That may be part of it, but that's not necessarily the new beginnings. I'm talking about new beginnings that you are forced to do. Like you know, like your back is up against the wall and maybe you've been thinking about doing it, but something happens. Call it divine intervention, whatever you want to call it, and you're forced to do it now. So someone says, hey, you know what? I'm going to start a regimen, and one of my goals, and I want you all to be thinking about this, maybe back in 2008, 2009, you said, I want to get fit and I want to start running marathons. Okay, don't come for me because this is just what I'm seeing, right? And this is real for somebody. And you said, you know what? I'm going to get back in shape. I'm going to start running. And I really want to run the marathon. I want to travel. I want to go to New York and do the marathon. I want to go to New Jersey and do the marathon. I want to run the marathon in North Carolina. I want to enter into some of these things. And I want to get back into running marathons. And all of a sudden, you just cruising one day. You driving in your car. You cruising. And all of a sudden, you hear something go boof. And you're like, what was that? You pull over and you discover the engine gone. But you got to make it to an appointment that you cannot miss. You look at your watch, you call a few people, and they say, hey, I know what interstate you're on. If you could meet me up here by the bridge, because I'm coming down now, but you know the traffic is bad. That's probably about 5 or 10 minutes away from where you at. If you can meet me at that bridge, then I'll scoop you up, get you to the appointment, and then by the time you're done, we'll come back and check out what's going on with the car. And they say, no problem. So they're getting their stuff. And you start walking, but you realize you're not going to make it there on time. And you take off running. See, you just put that desire that you said you was going to do, but you didn't do. And now you're in a situation, you're forced to do it. And you take off running. And next thing you know, you meet your friend and your friend said, wow, where was your car? Listen, that's about 10 miles. So you ran 10 miles in how many minutes? Yeah, that part. Let that sink in. This may be the thing that propels you forward. So I want you to hold that. Anything that breaks down in your life, whether it's a relationship, whether just the other day in my refrigerator, I had the glass. We were putting up the groceries and had a jug of some tea, and it slipped and it broke the little sealant on one of the glass trays that comes out of the refrigerator. I had just finished my downloads. Celebrate anything that breaks. Celebrate it. Because what it's doing is helping you to recalibrate and to get you in focus back towards what the real goal and the mission is. Now, it can be symbolic for you in many ways. Because what also happened, if I go back, right? Go back, not way back, but if I go back somewhere between 2007 and 2019, one of the little, you know how on the refrigerators you have the little like containers and you can put jugs of juice and condiments and pickles in a jar and things that you have in there. You can put it on the side of the door. One of those bins broke. And I have been saying that I was going to get online and I was going to reorder it and never did. Well, guess what? That broke the other day and I did it. I did it. So think back. Think back to things that were heavy on your heart. You know, those wishes you wanted, those dreams, those desires. Because the last time we had sort of this eclipse, this is going to be in the sign of Aquarius in Leo. Last time we had it, 2008 to 2009. That was going on. And then again, 2017, I believe in 2019. Think back to that time because things are shifting. And what's going to happen is not the exact thing, but a lot of the themes. You can look at your emails, go back and look at your pictures, go back through Instagram, look at your feed. If you have a YouTube channel, go back and see what were you talking about. If you have a podcast, what was there? If you journal, look at your journal. You know, for a lot of you here, this is going to have a lot to do with how your wealth and money begins to shift and flow in your life, go back. If you work a traditional job, I want you to go back and look at your pay stubs during that time frame. See how your money was flowing to you during that particular time. For those of you who work for yourself or you have your own business, go back and look at the summary statements for how income and creative projects was coming into your life during that particular time. So we have two things that is going on. So we have the solar eclipse that's going to be taking place on February the 17th. And then we will have the lunar eclipse that's going to rock in on March the 3rd. And so we know solar eclipses is about new beginnings, and lunar eclipses is about endings. Solar eclipses are generally those things that are triggered from sort of a soul level. You can think of it that way, but it is more expressed externally. Lunar eclipses are those things that often happen from within. They start from within, right? They start from within, and it can be very emotional, these lunar eclipses that we have, but it's going to speak to the ending. So these two are sort of intertwining themselves, and we kind of have them both going on at the same time. And this, I don't want you to miss. It's powerful because the sun and the moon, it's almost like who is influencing who. And I want you to see this like, what is influencing you? What part of you is influencing you? What part of you is influencing? We'll get into that a little bit, but it's definitely going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. So we have this, ready or not. I hear the Fugees singing, Here I Come. This solar eclipse. So we know the sun is not going to disappear, but what the sun is going to become an outline. So from an emotional point of view, eclipses bring pressure. Pressure? Y'all know that song? Put your hands on me. Pressure. The solar eclipse brings pressure to what's been quietly forming, sort of in the background. So your feelings will rise, okay? Old reactions, what is happening is losing its grip on you. And what really, really happens is that truth, and I'm talking about your truth, it's harder to ignore. You can't ignore the truth, you know? You know how they say you can't handle the truth? Well, this solar eclipse is going to, whether you ready or not, you're going to have to handle the truth. I want to take a look at it from a frequency point of view. This is really Earth's recalibration and master reset. You know, when you do a master reset, you can't go back to anything that was nowhere close to what you had before. So you will hear a lot of spiritual teachers, astrologers, and those who deal with numbers and those who deal with the sciences on the planet, the metaphysics, the occult. You will hear us all speak about this is the point of no return. We are leaving the old world. Life will never be the same from this moment. And that's a good thing. This isn't about fear. I see some of you kind of dropping or pulling your energy back a little bit. Don't pull your energy back. Okay? This reset, it's like adjusting a dial, you know? It's like that static drops. You know how you have static when you used to listen to the radio stations back in the day and you're trying to get that fine tune on there, and all of a sudden the static goes away. Because this is about a clear signal coming through. And I don't know about all of you, but if you're ready for a clear signal to come through, I want you to type in the chat, Come through, come through. You are ready for a clear signal to come through, or drop it in the comment section. So, I want to talk about and explain this ring of fire in the most simplest way. I know many of you may be familiar what the ring of fire really is. But this is when the moon sort of sachets in front of the sun. You ever see somebody sashay when they walk? I always tease my daughter because she be sashaying through the house. I'm like, where are you sashaying to? Sashaying in front of the sun. But it doesn't cover it completely. It just kind of stands in front of it. You know, if you ever had your partner and you get up there and you stand in front of you don't completely cover them. You just kind of pass in front of them, you know? So instead of darkness, that happens because if you cover something up, you will get darkness. What you're going to see is you will see a bright ring all around the edges, just all around the edges. And this ring all around the edges, it's the universe reminding us the source is still there. The source is still there. It's just being seen in a very, very, very different light. And like I was telling you guys, this eclipse can be seen in parts of the Antarctica, South America, as well as South Africa. But one thing I want you to know, the energetic field, all of it, that energetic field, listen, it leaves no soul untouched. Oh, you're going to get touched. You're going to get touched because that energetic field is going to touch you. It's going to touch you. So that energetic field is going to touch everyone, absolutely everyone. That energetic field is going to touch you. So the ring of fire eclipse, I want to say this. It doesn't erase anything. It's not taking anything away. But one thing is for sure, it will define them. Oh yeah, it's going to define things. Because that outline shows you the outline of what matters. So when you think about the ring of fire, it is actually showing you what matters. And this energy will quietly pull your energy away from what no longer does. Point blank, period. Yeah, it's going to show you what matters and pull your energy away. Because we're speaking frequency and energetics here. You have electromagnetic field and Earth has one. And when the planets get to dancing in the cosmic skies, we feel it. You guys are feeling it now. I want to give a big shout out to the brother Knowledge Born Ali. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and love to you, brother. And so good to see you in the building. So, something else is happening on the 17th. And this doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. I don't want you to think anything is a phenomenon. Because right now, the only thing, not something like a phenomenon, the only thing that is a phenomenon that is happening in the world is your presence. And I want you to remember that. Next time you're looking in the sky, you're reading a book, you're watching a television show, looking at a YouTube video, a podcast, on the gram, strolling somewhere on TikTok, you're looking for a phenomenon, look in the mirror because it is you. You are something like a phenomenon. Tell me if you know that song. Something like a phenomenon. That's what you are. Something like a phenomenon. All right? Something like a phenomenon. Okay, but there's something else that's going on. We're also moving through a powerful year in Chinese astrology. If you haven't listened to my prediction show, part one, that I have done on the channel, I did it in 2025. Many of those predictions for 2026 has already come through. You absolutely must go back after this share and listen. Because according to Chinese feng shui and astrology, we are moving into the year of the fire horse. Because if you're going to ride, you got to get on the horse. And that horse is moving fast. That fire horse is moving fast at a high rate of speed. That fire horse is moving and grooving. It is. So we're also on the 17th. We will be kicking off Happy Lunar New Year Chinese astrology, the year of the fire horse. The fire horse energy, it's bold, it's fast, it's independent, and it's fiercely alive. And so if you've been feeling more alive lately, I want you to drop in the comments, I'm alive, right? Because there's a difference between living and being alive. And if you felt more alive lately, I want you to drop in the chat, I'm alive. So we know that you really are. You're not an NPC. You alive. Yeah. So that fire horse is coming in. But one of the things about this energy of the fire horse, and I need us all to, be front and center to understand this. I want to give a big shout out to and ring the bell for one of the dream makers in the building, the Voice Alchemist. And I want to say thank you so much for the super chat donation. I absolutely am grateful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat donation. Thank you for being here as well. I want you to know the fire horse it has a low tolerance for mask. It doesn't slow down for performance. It says, if you want to ride, then we gonna ride out. But I'm not slowing down for you. I'm not gonna slow down. So you gonna have to keep up. This energy responds to authenticity immediately, right? So I want you to think about how quick fire can spread. We are leaving the age of Pisces and we are moving into the age of the air. Some would call Aquarius, right? But we're not quite there yet. We're on that golden bridge. We are like in the Wizard of Oz and we are crossing down that golden yellow brick road, but we are on our way in the air. So we know when air meets fire, what happens? It responds to when you are being authentic to you. Who is the author of what's taking place in the city? The city, like Queen Afua says, the city of wellness is within. So we all have a city within us. So when you look at the word authenticity, it is speaking to who is the author of the entity. You see that in the ENTI, the entity within your city. And when you're staying true to that, that frequency responds instantly. It's almost like magic, right? So if you felt something shift inside of you, something shift, something change, you might not have been able to identify it. So many people say, I can't smell, I can't taste. You're in the pause. You're in the pause of your shift. You're in a pause of your shift. If you notice that you don't respond the way you used to, and if you get to thinking about old roles, meaning old things you've done, they just feel a little small. Yeah, you ain't tripping. You're not imagining. This is the eclipse energy, and it isn't asking you to become something new. No, that's not what you're being called. That's not what you're being asked. It's asking you to stand inside of who you already are, but without editing. No edits, okay? Just real, just raw, just authentic. And so, this is a good time. For those of you who are new here, I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and I work at that intersection of frequency, emotional intelligence, and baby, yes, call it what you want, and timing. And helping souls on the planet, helping people move through change with clarity, with sovereignty, and with presence. So now, let's step into this moment, all of us here together, and let's get this information. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get this information tonight. I'm going to be going through all of the rising signs. I'll talk about that in a moment and let you know just kind of how I came to that. But there's one more thing that I have to draw your attention to when it comes to this energy and frequency right now, because truly it is so powerful. I'm actually, when we came, over when we just had this moon go by, I could actually feel the solar eclipse energy coming in. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my bones. I want to say thank you to the sister Hazina. Hazina, 1947. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the super chat donation, and thank you so much for being present. And thank you so much for sharing. Sharing. Because this sister came in and said, hey, because she already knew, oh, this is something energetic. This is something in the collective. This is something different. Anybody else lose taste? Lose smell? What's going on here? Yeah, that part. That part. She already knew that it was something greater than herself. Something greater. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So here's something else. I want you all to write this down, because I know you all out there, y'all be getting downloads and everything. And I want us all to do this together, because I want to see what else you all are picking up. We're picking up here within the visionary collective here, because I know you guys are picking up this. So I want you to take some notes. Let me know. And you can also let me know in the comments section. So here's some things. I'm going to give you the channel that I have here. There's something else that is happening on the 17th. And this is really what is going down that actually completes this whole picture. When I think about the solar eclipse and everything that it brings, right? All right. Not in the sky, but this is something that's happening on the ground. Because, and I was having a beautiful conversation with a powerful soul family and good friend of mine, sister, powerful sister out of Louisiana. And she brought something to my attention that really completed, oh my gosh, it blew my mind. On the 17th of February, Mardi Gras begins in New Orleans. Now watch this, because I'm going to tell you why this matters. Because Mardi Gras is not just a celebration. And even though we love the beads, we love the color, we love the culture, we love the food, my goodness. At its root, at the root of it, Mardi Gras is actually a threshold ritual. That's what Mardi Gras is. It's a major galactic threshold ritual. See, spiritually, Mardi Gras represents the moment before the fast. It's like that last breath before restraints. This is the final expression before purification. So we have the solar eclipse, the Chinese New Year, and we have Mardi Gras. Is anybody questioning that it is a whole new world that we are stepping in now? It's a whole new world. All of this is going down at the same time. But stay with me. Historically, and I'm talking about Mardi Gras, Mardi Gras is the place where people actually remove the mask. But the ritual is they remove the mask by first wearing the mask. That's deep. That's deep. That's why they mask up in Mardi Gras. You see the Indians. You see everybody in town at all of the parties and everything. It is it's kind of like this sanctioned, sacred kind of release of excess emotions, grief, joy, desire, sound, movement. It's like this huge collective exhale that happens at Mardi Gras. I got a cough on that. Listen, I want us to look at the symbolism because there's some strong symbolism that happened. But first, I got to tell you guys something. I have to tell you something. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Listen, don't change that channel. Don't do a thing. And I'll be right back in 2 and 2.
Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos. Now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light. It's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. This is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Tap in, turn on. Your higher self already logged in.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'll talk about it, but that's okay. We're going to finish this. Whoo, I don't even know where that came from. Okay, I had to kind of kind of clear my throat a little bit. I think my throat chakra is just getting its own upgrade. I can literally hear it and I'm getting some strong downloads right now. So let me stay focused so we can finish. Okay. There are some other things I have to talk to you all about before we start getting into that. I want to name this not from logic, but from patterns. So remember what I told you all about the 17th. This code of the 17th, hold that. Because the universe doesn't just speak in events, but it's a lot going on. I don't care where you stand and what school of thought you are. There's a lot going on the 17th. The solar eclipse is happening on the 17th. We got Mardi Gras happening on the 17th. We have the Chinese New Year starting on the 17th. We have Ramadan starting around that time. Someone put that in the chat. I think I've seen it. But here's something else that's going on. The universe speaks in numbers, timing, and symbols. And with all of this happening, the 17th just, as I was just kind of going over my notes tonight, the 17th just kept showing up. 17, 17, 17. It just kept showing up. As we speak, a 17-year-old young mind was getting up to go to work. And on his way to work, he ends up going into work. This is only his third day on the job. And many of you, I want you to understand what it feels like to have a new job and it's your third day on the job. He actually is an intern on the job. He sits down, he's kind of locked and loaded because he's still trying to learn the system. And as he sits down on the 17th, not on the 17th, he's 17 years old. He sits down, he's in an environment that's already, mind blowing. His dream is coming through. He's sitting in NASA. He's an intern for NASA. And all of a sudden he's researching, he's doing some studies, and voila. He saw a pattern in the data that revealed something I predicted in my 2025 prediction show. He discovered a planet larger than Earth. In fact, 7 times the size of Earth. And he discovered this planet. It was locked and loaded between 2 suns. Now, I know many of you have been doing the galactic e-files with me, and many of you went through the exercise of the 7 suns and how powerful that is. And this is going to really speak to the channel that I got with the 7 suns. Okay. All right. The mystic decoder. That time is here. Well, he's seen something in between 2 suns. It's a new planet. It's larger than Earth. And you know what it looks like? It looks like auras. How the aura looks when I see the aura. When I'm reading energy, when I'm scanning your bodies and I'm scanning your auric field, that's what it looks like. So this new planet, 7 times larger than Earth, is now known as TOI 1338b. It is orbiting two suns, two sources of light, a world that exists because it learned to move in between. Now, what's so interesting? This discovery didn't come from somebody with seniority. This isn't someone who's been working for NASA for 13 years, 14 years, 15 years. This came from a very fresh perspective. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to give you another mirror that is happening at this time. And everybody who's in the Dream Makers Academy, we understand what a mirror really is, right? So listen at this. This week, and I want to send my condolences and love out to the family, because one of the founding members of the Fifth Dimension R&B soul group, Lamonti, I think his name is McLenmore. He's one of the voices of the group, The Fifth Dimension. And a group whose name was already speaking to where consciousness was headed. This group came out in the 60s. He lived to be 90 years old. That's a full cycle of mastery and completion and wisdom on this plane. If that's not enough for you, he was born on September the 17th. There's another signature. It's written in his timeline, and he made his transition. Ashe to that brother. This is the group that sang the song, "We're in the age of Aquarius. We're going to the fifth dimension," and many other hits. His music carried messages of light. His music carried collective awakening with songs like Aquarius and Let the Sun Shine In, that the group, the Fifth Dimension, sang about long before people had the language for what they were even feeling. He made his transition just before the Ring of Fire eclipse, just before the threshold of the 17th, he transitioned. Now, I want you to understand, and I want you all to look at this from an esoteric point of view. Because no one is taught, no one's seen this. I really know this was really given, so I could give it to you all here. From an esoteric perspective, of course, we know this is not a coincidence. This is a completion and a handoff. We got a 17-year-old over here who discovers a new planet. And we have a 90-year-old here who's saying about the fifth dimension, who's saying about let the sun shine in. Let the sun shine in. The 17-year-old discovered a new planet between two suns. The sun was shining in. His soul was literally being the spirit guide to the 17-year-old that was only working 3 days as an intern on a job in NASA. Are y'all getting this? This was a completion and a handoff, because the fifth dimension wasn't just a band name. It was a frequency assignment, and that frequency assignment was completed with the transitioning of the elder Lamont McLenmore of the fifth dimension. And symbolically, one of its original carriers which is him from the fifth dimension. He stepped out of this physical world right as we moved into a moment where humanity is asking some questions. Humanity right now and all the souls on the planet are being asked to see different, to listen different, to live between worlds. I'm a pipe down. Do y'all get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? A young soul at 17 sees a planet between two suns, and an elder completes a 90-year cycle and exits the stage. And the eclipse outlines the sun instead of removing it, because most eclipse covers the sun. This is esoteric science at work. The old hands the light back to the new. It is a exchange that's happening. The signal changes carriers, but one thing is for sure, the message remains. And if you can read the codes, if you can understand the signs and symbols that are happening on the planet, then you can understand what's going on outside in the world, so you can see it from a more expanded view. This is what transition looks like when we're watching it from a higher altitude. Not loss, not random, but repositioning. And that's what's going to be happening. We are repositioning ourselves. And that's the frequency that we are standing on at this moment. When a 17-year-old sees a world between two suns, and a 90-year-old cycle completes while singing, "This is the age of Aquarius, and let the sun shines in." The sun itself becomes the ring of fire. That's consciousness changing hands. We have witnessed, despite what science says, despite what history says, despite the predictions that are going on, we have the signs and symbols in front of us that consciousness has officially changed hands. Yeah, that part. That part right there. That part. Yeah. Some good stuff. All right. Whew. So now we can get into some more of this. In my respect to my dear beloved, one of my most powerful teachers on the planet, Brother Bobby Hemmett. Y'all all right? Let me check and make sure y'all all right. Let me see what kind of time we working with. Ooh, I got to get it moving. Let's get those likes up. We have more than 300 people who are in the building. And if you are standing in your power, let me have you go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget, if you're watching this afterwards, please let us know, drop in, let me know where you're tuning in from and what country you're tuning in from. And also, don't forget to hype this video up as well. It really, really helps the channel. And I want to say thank you to you all for doing that. And so here we go, you guys. We in this, right? Ooh, do I want to do this first? I wrote a lot. I was channeling, okay. Yeah, that part. All right, so here we go. I'm going to be giving you all predictions for each of the rising signs. But one of the things I want to tell you, your rising signs is just your avatar that shows up when you show up. That's the avatar. That's how we animate our lives, how we bring the energy through. Your sun sign, that is connected to your soul energy. This is for many of us, it's going to be our goal, our purpose, and we're going to channel this energy through our rising sign. And then your moon sign is going to speak to your physical location, how you feel in your physical body is going to speak to that. Your emotions, and the moon also is going to speak to the collective, as the collective energies that are around you at this particular time. And so this is going to be done. These are solar eclipse predictions. Now, keep in mind the solar eclipse, even though it's taking place on the 17th, it's not isolated to the 17th. This is something that will continue. And as we get to June, July, that part. You're going to be able to go back. You're going to see the themes. Pay attention to all the themes that is happening in your life, particularly the things that you feel you're being called to, you're being pulled to, you kind of showing up in your life at this time, because these will be the themes around the eclipse. And so it's so many aspects of how I could look at this information with the eclipse. But I wanted to infuse what I love, which is dealing with energy and frequency and being in the Akashic records and reading that field, and also being able to read soul blueprints and bringing that energy in. Call it the high priestess in me energy. I love that. And the frequency that's happening. But I also wanted to bring in the astrology and the numerology and bring that in. So what you're getting is sort of a mixture of that. I will say this to everyone who is present here, who may have been present now or ever been present here. One of the things I want to tell you is take what resonates with you, and I want you to listen to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Someone is asking, did you use tropical or Vedic astrology? It's a little Vedic up in there. I ain't going to hold you. It's a little bit of Western in there. I ain't going to lie to you. It's a little bit of energy more than anything in there. So that's how I'm looking at this. I can assure you, even though it may come close to what some others are telling you, baby, you ain't heard nothing like this before. I promise you. And I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to boast. And it's certainly not me saying there to say that I have it all figured out. But what I'm telling you is I'm giving you an authentic, yeah, that word. I'm giving you an authentic expression. And so, therefore, it's going to be a little different. It's going to hit a little different. It's going to move a little different. I really wanted Baby Blue to come on with me, but she had some other obligations tonight, because when you guys hear her breakdown or understanding about how she thinks about the planets, she had me crying. She had me literally crying. I mean, absolutely in tears, crying, laughing at her. Want to give a big shout out to Nicole in the building representing. All right, so here we go. Aries rising. So, everyone, you're going to get 3 categories. And so, if you're taking notes, you'll know how to put these 3 categories down so you can get this. Because I'm going to be moving at a high rate of speed, but you'll be able to come back and get this. So, no, I said 3 categories. I lied. You're going to get a little bit more than okay. So, here's the categories. You're going to get your superpower, your eclipse superpower. That's category number 1. All right. You're going to get your eclipse kryptonite. Because if you got a superpower, baby, on planet Earth, you have a kryptonite. And we're going to talk about your kryptonite. I kind of did a little bit. You know how when someone gets married, you're supposed to bring certain things? Here is my something old. Let me know in chat, and I don't even know if they are here. Let me know in chat if you know what the color chemistry is about. Let me know in chat if you took that class, that workshop with me about color chemistry, something I did probably more than 8, 9, 10 years ago, color chemistry. Let me know if you know something about color chemistry, because tonight I'm going to be giving you your color chemistry, and I'll explain more about what that is to begin to work with during the energy of the solar eclipse. So you're going to get a color chemistry. And yes, just like the singer Kim, chemistry is spelt with a K, not with a C. So color chemistry. You're going to get that color chemistry. Priestess Erica, you remember the color chemistry? Welcome on in the building. Next, I'm also going to give you something else. You understand? I'm going to give you something else. So much is happening with this eclipse because there is sort of this changing of energy. I would be remiss if I did not touch on wealth. So I'm going to give you your wealth tone, and I'll explain what the wealth tone is, okay? Because we're in the time of attunement. So you need a wealth tone. Yes, I could have charged you jokers for this, but I didn't. This is a gift from me and the Futuristic Activation Group. So yes, this is from me and the Futuristic Activation Group. So here we go. Here we go. All right. So you're going to get your wealth tone, and then you're going to get a channeled message from me, from the eclipse. All right. Every rising sign. Y'all keep me on point. I can't be here all night. I got work to do. If I don't finish, y'all gonna come for me. So let's go. Here we go. Aries rising. All right, Aries rising. During the eclipse, one thing I want you to understand, Aries risings, is that you become the spark. And it's so important. I want you to understand that you become the spark. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have events like I talked about at the beginning. You're going to have events that sort of push you into action like a superhero. You know how sometimes something takes place and all of a sudden Wonder Woman, and she doesn't care what she got on. She stands up there and say, "Oh, mighty ice, ice, ices." I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. You know, then these word triggers is something else. And she says, "Winds that blow so swift and high, lift me now so I can fly." And she turned around 3 times. Well, this is what's going to be happening with you, Aries rising. There's going to be some events that sort of push you to act very quickly. I want you to know that doors will open suddenly, quicker than you know. You may be having a thought, you know what? I want to open up me a little spot over here, and you could just be walking by the building and bam, right in front of you, you get the opportunity to do that. So doors open suddenly. It's almost like you have the spark and you have the wand, and you can say abracadabra. All right? One of the things I'm going to tell you is that there is something, Aries, that has to do with the truth. And you already know what this is, and it has a lot to do with a partnership relationship, maybe more around work for you than anything else. This is what Spirit is saying. But a truth is going to demand a moment. And then there's going to be a situation that sort of feels like it is forcing a decision to be made. But here's what I want you to know, because remember, this is your superpower. You are favored. You know how people walk around and say, I know I'm blessed and highly favored? Well, Aries rising, you are favored when you move first with awareness. And I want you to understand that. That means you can't be that person sitting in the background waiting for somebody else to do something. No, you got to move first. But your movement has to be with awareness. And when you make that move first, it's going to activate your superpowers. Let's talk about your kryptonite. Woo, kryptonite. All right. The danger for you, Aries rising, during this eclipse is to act from your adrenaline. You just get hyped and you're acting from that racing adrenaline instead of intention. So it's going to be important that you pause and make sure that when you are taking action, it is based on your intentions, and your intentions are clear. Your intentions, you have full awareness of your intentions. Arguments, I want you to know, Aries risings can escalate fast, and you can make people's head pop. You know how they say pop goes the weasel? You can make people's heads pop. So I want you to think about that. Decisions made in anger or frustration may have consequences that last way longer and way beyond any of this eclipse window. So you want to proceed with caution, okay? I want to talk about your color chemistry. All right. One of the things that's happening with Aries risings, and you all let me know, this eclipse, it's overstimulating your nervous system. It's overstimulating you. And so your color chemistry colors are going to be crimson and gold. Crimson and gold. And crimson is this reddish color. And so the red is going to stabilize your physical confidence. That gold is going to come in because it's going to help reinforce your leadership without dominance, without you feeling like you have to dominate the situation. It's just going to help give you that extra reinforcement. It's also going to help you if you feel like you're being abandoned, because nothing don't piss a Aries risings off more than somebody trying to pull the rug from up under them and abandon them or cut them off. And so this is going to help you with all of that. So you want to bring more of that color chemistry of the crimson and the gold into your life. So you can wear that color, you can write in that color. Look right here. I even have my new planner here. I had to get me, because I got a little strong Aries placements. I got me some of that crimson and a little bit of that gold right there, right? That red is going to help stabilize your physical confidence, and the gold is going to reinforce your leadership without dominance. And so wearing these colors is going to help you, Aries risings, stay powerful without becoming combative. All right. Now, let's talk about your wealth tone. Ooh, this is going to be long. So I'm watching chat, but I'm focused. Okay, so we can move through this. Your wealth tone. Money opens when you step forward. So I want you to think about that. Money opens when you step forward. So don't sit there and say, should I on my job, should I volunteer for the job? Should I take that promotion? When you step forward, money opens for you in your business, connections, relationship, and the work that you do. Not when you wait for agreements. Clock it. This eclipse favors bold launches. You got something you trying to launch, Aries rising? you better launch it. Leadership roles, you better take it. Negotiations, you better get on them. You have to move first. As long as there's a strategy, you must have a strategy and be strategic before you do it. This can't be based on impulse, but when you do it, money opens up for you. And so here is my Eclipse channeled message for you. And this is for Aries risings. I want you to move, but I want you to move clean. No dirty moves, okay? Because I see you, Aries risings. No dirty moves. I need you to move clean. And the first steps set the tone for everything that follows. That's why I need you to move clean. You need to be fresh and you need to be clean when you're making these moves. Let's move on to Taurus risings. Where's my Taurus risings in the building? By the way, and also let me know how this resonates with you if you're Aries, Taurus, or any of the rising signs. So here we go, Taurus risings. We're going to talk about your eclipse superpower. This eclipse is going to strengthen, and I'm talking about really strengthen your ability to stay steady while everybody else is in a straight panic. You're going to stay steady. Taurus risings. During the eclipse, and I'm going to talk about your superpower. Hold me for just a moment. Stay with me. You are going to become the anchor. You're going to become the anchor. And you're going to be favored. You're going to be blessed and favored when you do these three things. And I need you to hear me clearly. When you, number one, simplify. When you consolidate. And when you protect what you truly, truly value. That's when your superpowers are going to open up for you. Okay? So that's for my Taurus risings. Let's talk about your kryptonite. Okay? The threat here is refusing to release something that you already know. You done looked at it. You done checked it twice. And you know it has already expired. It has already expired. And that could be a job. That could be a financial habit. Or that could be some sort of emotional attachment that you have to a people, person, or a thing. Okay? This is the threat to you. This is your kryptonite. Refusing to release when you know something has expired. Okay? And I want you to think about this because we're talking about this eclipse kryptonite here, Taurus rising. What feels safe may drain the life out of you. And I don't mean to sound dramatic. I'm talking about the literal life out of you. So if you feel right now that there is something in your life making you sick, physically, mentally, or emotionally, then you already know what you must do. Okay? Let's talk about your color chemistry for Taurus rising. Your color chemistry, your two colors are going to be emerald green, and it's going to be that, it's going to be a soft rose. Like a soft, pretty rose, like my lips. And I'm not trying to be funny. That's literally the color I see, like a soft rose, okay? And the reason these two colors are going to be there for you is because green is going to stabilize your heart under stress, okay? And that rose energy is going to calm emotional fear responses. So you are not responding emotionally. So wearing these colors supports a couple of things. It supports trust. It supports your self-worth, and it also supports you relaxing so that you can receive. You can receive, all right? So now let's talk about your wealth tone. This eclipse is going to reward decisions that protect future stability. And I need you to hear me on this because this is a part of your wealth tone for Taurus risings. This energy of the eclipse is going to reward you for any decision that protects your future stability. So, restructuring your finances, you may need to do that. Raising your standards and choosing quality over convenience. This is your wealth tone to carry through the eclipse. And so here is my channeled message for you through the eclipse. Just release what is weighing you down. Your true security is already forming inside of you, and I know you can feel it. So there you go, Taurus risings. All right? All right. Let's go to Gemini risings. And you all let me know, where my Gemini risings at? Where you at, Gemini risings? Where is my Gemini risings at? So Gemini risings, I absolutely love this for each and every sign that we're going to cover. Gemini risings, let's talk about your superpower. This eclipse is going to sharpen your voice. Can somebody say la 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 la? Gemini risings, the eclipse is going to sharpen your voice. Gemini risings, I need you to come to the front of the class because you are becoming the messenger. I know you thought you were, but you really gonna be the messenger for conversations, for ideas, for words that hold unusual power. Okay? Words that hold unusual powers. And one of the things I want you to know for your superpowers, Gemini rising, one sentence can change your direction. That's your superpower. So your voice, you're going to need to get up there. You're going to need to open your mouth and you're going to need to speak. So now, that is your superpower. Let's talk about your kryptonite, your eclipse kryptonite. Here is the danger, Gemini risings. The danger is mental overload. Okay? Too many opinions, too much strolling, and too many voices. Yeah, that's your kryptonite. Confusion will increase if you do not filter information carefully. And so that's a part of your kryptonite. You definitely have to filter information carefully. Strong sense of discernment is going to be needed, not so much the mental overload. I want to talk about your color chemistry. Your color chemistry is sky blue and silver. What a beautiful connection. Blue, because it regulates mental stress. Silver, because that silver is going to enhance discernment. When I'm reading auras and I see that silver kind of energy floating in one of the energy centers or around the physical body, it lets me know that that person is in the process of going through an upgrade, right? Yeah. So, wearing these colors is going to help you improve your clarity, your timing, and your verbal precision. That part, right? I want to talk about your wealth tone. Speaking of value, let's talk about your wealth tone. And so for Gemini risings, your money is going to flow through communication. I want you to think about all things of communication. So whether that's teaching, maybe you want to start teaching in class, whether that's something you do with sales or, you have a product or a service or something you're doing with sales. If you do any kind of writing, anything dealing with writing is going to be there. Or maybe there's something that you want to collaborate with a group of people. Maybe you're building a community or your tribe, or maybe there's something you're trying to get some sort of funding or get people to support you on, and you need to express that idea. Or maybe you have an invention, because a lot of you Geminis, you're inventing things. You have all of these things you want to bring to the world, and you're sort of pitching that idea. Or if there is something that needs to be explained. So this is how money is going to flow to you, okay? Because this eclipse is going to favor those who can simplify. So, Gemini risings, I know you will have the gems in your eyes and you are the genius sign here, but can you simplify what you're doing? Because that is your wealth tone, and that's where the money will flow. Now, here is my channeled message for you. Say less, but make it exact. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Cancer risings. Where's my Cancer risings at? In the building. Let's talk about your eclipse superpower. We want to get into that. This eclipse is going to heighten, and I always say this about Cancers. Interesting enough, 50 Cents, I found out, carries a strong Cancer placement. It was somebody else with a strong Cancer placement. I can't think about that's recently doing something. But this is what I want you to know this eclipse is going to do for you, Cancer rising. This eclipse is going to heighten your already heightened intuitive awareness. You will sense what's real beneath the surface. Cancer risings, you are going to become emotionally perceptive and quietly influential. Yeah, that part. That is your superpower. And so know that this is what's going to happen. You're going to be picking up a lot of emotions, but it is the quietness of it, of where you will become influential. Okay? Let's talk about the kryptonite of this eclipse. This is the risk. And I want you all to hear me, Cancer risings, because you're going to need to keep your frequency up, stay grounded, and keep your aura nice and clean. The risk here is absorbing others' emotions, absorbing other people's problems, and taking them on as if they are your own. This is your kryptonite, because during this eclipse, this is going to lead to two things: exhaustion or resentment if your boundaries are not honored. And so, Cancer risings, you have to honor your boundaries, because your superpower of your intuition is about to go to 1000s. And you gonna know shit, you gonna see shit, you gonna hear shit, but most importantly, you gonna feel things very deeply. I need you to caution. Don't be out here sucking up other people's emotions and their problems and taking them on like they're yours. Because two things will happen. You're going to be exhausted, or you're going to be bitter. You're going to be bitter, resentful if these boundaries are not honored. I mean, you get to do it how you want, but don't say nobody didn't tell you, okay? Here is your color chemistry, and I absolutely love this for you. It is pearl white, like that beautiful, beautiful pearl white, and it's moonstone. I think I got a moonstone crystal right here. Nah, it's not, but it kind of looked like the moonstone. It's not a moonstone exactly, but a moonstone. And the reason for these two tones is because this pearl white and this moonstone, it soothes heightened emotional sensitivity. Soothes it, just kind of smooths it out. It doesn't take it away. You still know it's there, but it kind of smooths it out. So wearing these colors will stabilize your intuition without making you feel emotionally overwhelmed. And so if you're out and about and you see somebody wearing that kind of off-white or that moonstone kind of color, that kind of cream kind of color, you already know what time it is. Now, I want to talk about your wealth tone. Ooh, because this right here, you could get a whole bag. I'm talking about a whole lot of bags during this time. Cancer rising. Your wealth tone. Your wealth is going to grow through environments and offerings that make people feel safe, make people feel at home, make people feel like they are healing, make people feel like they've been touched by an angel, make people feel like they are being cared for, make people feel like you have touched their emotional intelligence. And so any of these areas that you can make people feel healed. So if you're a healer, whether it's touch healing or not, or if you do any kind of coaching or any of that, you know, whether you do any kind of work inside the home or people at their home, any kind of care-based work, anything. It could be tea. It could be lotions and potions, anything. It could be rituals, anything that you do to make people feel this way. It's going to be a big win for you. This is going to open up wealth for your wealth to grow for you. Yeah, basically, they're being paid to exist, to do what they do best, because that's what Cancer rising does best. Here is your channeled eclipse message from me. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna kind of clarify it a little bit. I want you to stay inside of your body. I want you to stay grounded in your body. I want you to come out of your mind, and I want you to stay out of your heart, and I want you to hang out in the lower half of your body. Now, in the old world, some would call that protecting your energy. And I'm okay with that definition. I want you to protect your energy, because here's what I need you to understand, Cancer risings. Your energy, it's your currency now. That's your currency. And it can pay out very big. Leo risings. Where are my Leo risings at? Where are you at in the house? I know we got some Leo risings. Let's talk about your superpowers. And thank you all for the super chat donations. I'm going to go back down the line. I just want to stay focused so we can go. Let's go. Where is my Leo risings? Your eclipse superpower. Let's talk about it. Because this eclipse It's all eyes on you. The spotlight is on you, Leo rising, and that's you naturally, right? Without effort, attention is going to come your way. So listen at me closely, Leo rising. Attention is going to come your way. Your visibility has increased. So if you thought you could be in the cut, you could kind of hide out in the back. No, no, no. We need you to use your superpower. But I want you to know your visibility is going to increase. And hear me when I say this clear, for better or for worse. You can't hide, ready or not, here it comes. It's going to find you, Leo rising. But I know if you're listening to this, it is certainly for better. But visibility will increase. You will not be incognito. It doesn't exist. Even if you think you're going online in invisible mode, it will not happen. There will be a glitch in the matrix and all your business is going to get out. Even if you think you got an account and you under another name, it's going to get out. Don't do it. Okay. That ain't even your kryptonite. Okay. This is your superpower. All right. So here is your kryptonite. The danger, Leo rising, is interpreting silence or feedback as rejection. I don't think I need to say anymore. Leo risings, y'all know what I mean when I say that, right? Somebody get quiet on y'all. Somebody give you some feedback. You think it's rejection. That's going to be your kryptonite. That's dangerous. As our brother Michael Jackson says, dangerous. That's dangerous. Okay? Here's another part. Emotional reactions tied to pride. It can distort judgment during this eclipse. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. You don't want to let your emotional actions with your pride distort your judgment. You don't want to do it. Take a pause, right? You're going to take a break. Yeah. Let's talk about your color chemistry. The color chemistry is a gold. And if I had to think about a gold, it's like a solar gold. Trying to see if I have a solar gold around here. I would say this tassel here is almost solar gold, like a solar gold color and an amber, like a real pretty amber color. So these are the two colors, and these colors are going to help you reinforce your inner confidence rather than your external validation. Okay? And so wearing these two colors, that solar gold and that amber gold that is in there, wearing these two colors, it's going to help you lead from authenticity and not some sort of approval or some sort of seeking energy. You understand? Not any of that. You're not going to be with any of that. Let's talk about your wealth tone, because this is where the money is for Leo risings, all of us in our wealth tones. So this eclipse is going to open financial doors. And I'm going to tell you how this eclipse will open up your financial doors. This eclipse is going to open up your financial doors, and it's going to do it through these 4 ways. So take notes. Number one, through visibility. Oh, you got to come out through being visible. It's going to open up these financial doors through leadership, taking the lead. Not after you watch the leader fail, but through taking the lead. And through creativity. So we got visibility. I forgot one. Through branding. So anything of branding, if you're working on a business, if you're working on a website, something you want to put out in the world through your branding, all of this is going to help you. Your leadership that is there and creativity. But there's just one caveat to this, Leo risings. This eclipse opens financial doors for you, but only when it is genuine. Men lie, women lie, even the babies lie sometimes, but energy never lies. So make sure it is genuine. Now, here is my message for you, Leo risings, my channeled message for you. I want you to stand tall without needing any applause. And I want all of my Leo risings to come to the front of the class. We're going to give you this now. So when the 17th come, you ain't looking for it. When we hit eclipse season, you're going to stand tall regardless because you already got your applause. All right, Virgo risings. Where is my Virgo risings at? Where you at, Virgo risings? Let's talk about your eclipse superpower. Ooh, coming in hot, you guys. We're almost done. Thank you all for being here, staying here. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. If you feel like liking, sharing, maybe send the message out to someone. It really helps the channel. But definitely, if you're receiving something from the message, I definitely want you to hit like. Mega Miss Little, one of the dream makers in the building, she said, oh my God, I am literally working on my branding. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So Virgo risings. This eclipse is going to activate your ability, Virgo risings. And this is your superpower here. And I know my Virgo risings is going to feel me on this. It's going to activate this superpower, your ability to purify systems, to purify relationships, to purify habits. And let me tell you why. Your superpowers of your clairvoyancy, seeing beyond the physical, is being amped up at this time. And you can instantly see things that are misaligned. And you can see them practically, and you can also see them emotionally. You can really, really begin to see them when they're misaligned. And so this eclipse is going to activate this superpower within you, Virgo risings. That's there. Now, Virgo risings, let's talk about your kryptonite. And we're going to talk about the kryptonite for the Virgo risings here. The real danger. Watch yourself. Been so long. Oh, no, I'm not going to sing. All right. So here's the real danger, Virgo risings. Is emotional distance created by you over analyzing. Virgo risings, getting in that beautiful brain of yours and bringing all your emotions from your subatomical particles. And you start over analyzing and you start creating distance. Okay? You start correcting people instead of connecting. I'm going to say that again. The real danger, Virgo rising, here is emotional distance created by overanalyzing. You start correcting instead of connecting. You start fixing instead of feeling. That's your kryptonite. So let's talk about your color chemistry. And I love this combination for you. It is a olive green with a soft ivory, like a real pretty ivory color. And I'm going to tell you why these tones, because these tones sort of calm over thinking, and it starts to support a more heart and mind balance. Yeah. So wearing olive and wearing this soft ivory, wearing these two is really going to help you stay present. It's going to give Virgo risings that compassion, and it's also going to give you the discerning. Virgo risings don't need discernment for me and you. They need discernment for their own emotional landscape and mental landscape. And it's going to help you with all of these things so that you can use discernment, not on us, because you got us, discernment on yourself. Okay? It's going to be there for you. That's your color chemistry. So now here's the thing. We're going to talk about your wealth tone because we're going to talk about the money. If it ain't about the money, we're going to talk about the money for Virgo risings. Your money is going to open up when you let others rely on you without you overworking yourself. That part. That's how your money is going to open up. When you let others rely on you, because Virgo risings need that. They're the ones that have taught us on the planet about how to serve. If you want to know how to serve, check in with a Virgo. Virgo risings, Virgo sun, even a Virgo moon. You're not going to get around it. They're going to be the epitome of what it means to serve. You know how Martin Luther King talked about serving? That's Virgo rising energy coming out. So Virgo risings, your wealth, your money opens up when you let them rely on you without overworking yourself. So here's some things that I want you to know where you're going to thrive at here. Any kind of system. If you work with any kind of system, you put systems together, you help people build systems, anything dealing with service, anything dealing with services, anything dealing with health, absolutely anything dealing with health. And also skill-based offerings. These things will thrive during eclipse season. So I'm going to give you my channeled message for you, Virgo risings. Release perfectionism and your presence let me say it again. Let me say it how I wrote it. I need you to release perfection because being present, not thinking in your mind how you can fix, how you can correct, what's going wrong, what ain't right, what you need to do. But presence is going to be your real upgrade. And you'll be walking around saying, let me upgrade ya in your Beyonce voice. Let me upgrade ya. Because that's how we get our upgrades. Oh, wow. You said, I'm a Barbara and I'm literally looking at a new system. Listen, you can't make this up. That's why I told you. Is it astrology? Yes. Is it a little bit of prediction magic? Yes. It's a little bit of all of that mixed in there. So I'm glad it resonates. Now, where my Libra risings at? Libra risings, where are you at? Libra risings in the building. And again, I want to say thank you, you guys. We're almost done. I promise you, I'm really staying on track and we're actually doing great with time. And I want to welcome everybody on in the building. And if this is your first time here and someone sent you something and welcomed you here, please let us know it's your first time here. And I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so here we go. Libra risings. I literally just out of the blue, rough draft, a holistic wellness program. Oh my goodness, still working on it and been feeling pulled to work with others. There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up. There you go. That's what's up. We in here now. Okay. Libra risings. Here we go. Let's talk about your superpowers, Libra risings. Your solar eclipse superpower. This eclipse is sharpening your ability. I mean, you are getting that third eye insight, and that clairvoyance is being sharpened. Your ability to negotiate, your ability to restore harmony, okay? And to choose alignment. Hear me, because I'm guilty. I'm one of you, Libra risings. Choose alignment over people pleasing. This is your superpower. It's going to sharpen your ability to start negotiating, to restore harmony in those things that was broken, distorted, that needed to be loved back to life, and how to choose alignment over people pleasing. And so, Libra rising, that's your superpower during this eclipse. I want to talk about your kryptonite because everybody got kryptonite, right? This eclipse kryptonite here, the danger, and I want you to hear me, I'm going to sing it in my danger, that voice, right? Is staying neutral when a choice is required. This is your kryptonite. Staying neutral when a choice is required. Libra rising. Delays can now create long-term imbalance. Study long, you study wrong. So that's the kryptonite. The eclipse kryptonite is you somewhere wanting to be neutral. I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. I understand what they doing. I understand what he doing. I can see it from both sides. During this eclipse window, if a choice is required and you don't make that choice or you delay too long, this has the possibility to create something chronic. And when something is chronic, that means it's long term. And that's going to be in balance. Let's talk about your color chemistry. And I absolutely love this for you, Libra rising. It is a blush pink. All right. And a sapphire. And the reason I'm doing that is because these are some sapphires. I usually put them in my belly button. I guess I could have used my shirt because this is the sapphire color. But y'all see this? This is a pure sapphire, a raw, I don't know if you can see it, a raw sapphire. You'll see that. See how beautiful it is? I want the light to catch it. Get into that. So, why these two colors? Why blush pink and sapphire? Pink, because what pink does, pink will soften stress. And particularly, it will soften stress around the heart and matters of the heart, issues, emotional issues, and those things, right? And then the sapphire, because it strengthens clarity and it strengthens truth. And so you will have an opportunity to bring these two together, wearing blush pink and sapphire. These two colors will support graceful but very firm decisions. And that's going to help you have those very graceful but firm decisions, in those places when you have to make those decisions. But I want to talk about the money. I want to talk about the wealth tone for Libra risings, for your wealth tone. Now, your financial openings, one of the main places it's going to come through, it's going to come through aligned collaborations. So things that you can do with others in collaboration is going to open up the financial portals for you. Not a one-sided dynamic. Something you can do where you can collaborate with others is going to open up this financial portal for you. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Wore pink blush when I went to sign for my home. Let's get it. Let's get it, Crystal, and congratulations. Yeah. So you want to make sure that when you are doing this, you have equal exchange partnerships into these collaborations that you're entering into and not one-sided sort of dynamics. I want to give you your channeled, I want to give you your channeled download message. For Libra rising, you have to choose. You have to choose. The balance follows your decision. It doesn't even have to be between anything like people, but you're trying to decide, should I work on this project or that project? You have to choose because that's where you're going to find the balance. Once you say, I'm going to work on this, everything's going to balance itself out. And you'll be able to work on this and then get that. But for Libra risings during this eclipse season, look at things in your life. You have to choose. The balance will follow your decision. Yeah, yeah. Let's go to Scorpio risings. Scorpio rising. Where you at? Where you at? Where is Scorpio risings? Where you at, Scorpio rising? Where you at? Where you at? Okay. Where is Scorpio risings at? Oh, I got to go all the way back down. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get it in chat. I want to tell everybody thank you for the super chat donations. Also, thank you guys for sending the cash apps as well. Someone just asked what my cash app is. I think someone put it in chat, but I will put it in chat again. Thank you. It is not required, but I thank you. Truly, I'm grateful. Scorpio risings, y'all in the building. Hey, Griffin. What go on, Griffin? What go on, Green Tea? What go on, Float Sports? What go on? What go on, Claire? What go on? Here we go. All right, so here we go, Scorpio risings. Y'all are no strangers to this. Y'all are definitely true to this. I want to talk about your superpowers, okay? This eclipse season for Scorpio risings, and for those who carry these strong Scorpio placements in Scorpio rising, that you've already been feeling this, right? Because this eclipse is going to fuel a deep, I'm talking about a really, really, really deep transformation. I'm talking almost unrecognizable transformation. Because Scorpio risings, I know you are just in the year of closing out and shedding. But Scorpio risings, you are shedding old skins. And I say that with a S, not skims. We not putting on the skims, even though I love me a good skims. Shout out to Kim. But I'm talking about old skins from past lives, old skins from old emotional wounds, old skins from old past trauma, old skins from personalities or identities, old skins. You are shedding old skins. You're doing this psychologically, you are doing this financially, and you are doing this energetically. And we're just getting started, Scorpio rising. That's your superpower. So whatever it is, whether it breaks, whether it folds, whether it leaves, or whether it goes, you are shedding your old skin. This is a deep time of transformation for Scorpio risings. Now, I'm going to come back to that in a minute, but I want to talk about your eclipse kryptonite. The danger here, Scorpio rising, is trying to manage outcomes. Your kryptonite is trying to manage outcomes instead of trusting the process. Because what will happen is you will have power struggles that surface if control is not released. So that's your kryptonite. No control through fear. And I know if you're a Scorpio rising, you're already in the thick of this, but it's gonna get deep, real deep. And that's a good thing for you. Let's talk about the color chemistry for you. And I love this because it is the color plum and it is obsidian. You know that obsidian black? It's plum and obsidian. These two colors. Why these two colors? Because these tones themselves, they reinforce boundaries and emotional sovereignty. Because this is what's happening. Scorpio risings is going through an emotional regeneration that is happening to you. It is your whole entire divine blueprint of your emotions is regenerating itself. You are getting ready to become emotional sovereign. So, wear these two colors, the plum, that beautiful richness in the plum. And I have a plum here. Actually, it's a candle, a wicked candle. You see this beautiful plum here with this black. This can symbolize the plum. and the obsidian that's here. So these two tones will stabilize intensity and strengthen your resilience that you are going through at this time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 So here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the money. You recently brought clothes in the plum realm. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about your money, Scorpio rising, your wealth. Long-term, private, and transformational investments of all kinds is favored. When you do something, this is depth over speed. You're not trying to race, you're not trying to get it done overnight, but your things that are done long term, the privacy, the sacredness of things that are done in private, things that are held within private, or transformational investments. Any kind of investment you make, that's something that happens over time that goes through a transformation. These are the situations that will open up the wealth portal for you now through this eclipse season. But I promise you, by the end, you won't recognize yourself, especially when it comes psychologically, financially, and energetically, because these are your superpowers, Scorpio rising. Now, here's my message for you. Channeled message during this eclipse, and that is let go. I'm not saying let the wheel go and let anybody drive. I'm talking about the resistance. Let it go. Because your power will start to multiply when you surrender. That's how your power is going to multiply. Say, hey, nothing but peace over here. And you're just going to get, your power is going to multiply. Yeah. Yeah. Powerful. Powerful, Scorpio rising. Let's go to Sagittarius risings. Where is my Sag at? Sages, are you in the building? Where is Sagittarius risings at? Where you at, Sag? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Sag? Where you at? Because I know you in the building. Let's talk about your superpowers. This eclipse is going to help you bring ideas into practical form. You got a lot of wisdom coming down. I'm talking about otherworldly wisdom coming down. Ideas. We're going to get to it. But this eclipse has opened up a part of the back of your third eye. And it's going to help you with all of these downloads, these ideas, these things you've been dreaming about since 20. Let me get it. Some of you, it will be since 2008, 2009. Some of you, Sagittarius risings, 2017, 2019. This eclipse is going to help you bring your ideas into practical form. Your wisdom seeks embodiment. And that is the theme. Everybody shouts out to the Futuristic Activation Group. That is our theme. Well, a part of our theme for this year, 2026, embodiment. That's your superpower. You're so welcome, Griffin. So now, let's go to your kryptonite. Your eclipse kryptonite for Sagittarius rising, the danger. And I just keep wanting to go, danger. I just want to do that. Been so long. I just want to sing that. But anyway, the danger is avoiding follow through. The danger is avoiding follow through. Because inspiration without grounding, it leads to missed opportunity. And Sagittarius risings, they're the ones with the bow and arrow. They hit the bullseye. But many times I've found with Sagittarius risings, because they're another genius signs, which we all are, so many ideas and thoughts that when they come out, the Sag rising will say, I was doing that. I was doing that. I thought about that. I wanted to do that. And I thought about this and I thought about that. Listen closely, Sagittarius rising. Here is your kryptonite. The danger is you avoiding follow through. Because inspiration without grounding leads. Without grounding, having inspiration but not being grounding in it leads to missed opportunities. Okay? Let's talk about your color chemistry. And I love this for you. It is that rich. It's 11:11. It's 11:11. It's 11:11. It's 11:11. So, your color chemistry is a royal purple and indigo. Remember, I told y'all you're getting that wisdom from the back of your third eye. And I want to talk about these two colors. Why now to work with these two colors? These colors support vision and they support discipline. The royal purple supports vision, the clairvoyance, and the indigo supports discipline. Okay? Now, the effects of wearing the royal purple and the indigo is going to help you align your beliefs with your action. We're going to bring them together, same time. All right? Now, let's talk about the money. Let's talk about your wealth tone. So, Sagittarius risings, your money is going to flow, 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 flow. Your money is going to flow. It's going to flow through wisdom-based offerings. I don't care what it is. It can be a necklace. It could be, some sheets you done made. You could crochet a quote. You could be working with plants. But whatever it is, it needs to be some sort of wisdom-based offerings, some sort of education, something you're sharing with people, some sort of leadership that you're going to be out there. Maybe it's a class or some skill you have and you want to help people, show people, or talk them through something you have, you're building, you're making, you're creating. This is where your money is going to flow. The money. Now, here is my channeled message for you, Sagittarius rising. You have to anchor your vision. Take your vision and anchor it. Why? Because your vision is ready to live. And I want to give a shout out to everyone who's in Dream Makers, Dreams to Reality. Because this is actually the work that we are doing now. And if any of you are interested in joining us, what week are we on? Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What week are we on? Are we on week 5? I don't know what week we're on. But in the Dream Makers class, We're on one of those activations, and we're going to be getting together for 12 group sessions and activations and teachings. And you're free to join anytime because you will have access to the recordings to go through the work. But this is exactly what we're doing in this. And don't worry, they're going to come back and share. Thank you, because Griffin's in Dream Makers. Thank you for that, Griffin. It's week 5. They're going to come back and share what they have created during this powerful time. So here, Sagittarius risings, you have your channel's message from me. You have to anchor the vision because it's ready to live. Let it live. Let it live. Thank you. Thank you. Capricorn risings. Where is my Capricorn risings at? Thank you for that. Yes, Michelle is in the class too. You guys will be able to get to know them in a very profound way. Where is Capricorn risings at? Where you at, Capricorn? All right, all right, all right. Just saw 3 coyotes walking down the middle of San Francisco. Very rare. I love it. That's a powerful sign right there. Capricorn risings, here we go. Here we go, Caps. There you go. Original Gnostic 3-3 Cap rising right here. So here we go. Let's talk about your superpower. Carletta, the Urban Empress. Yes, let's talk about your eclipse superpower, okay? This eclipse is going to 10x and strengthen your leadership and your long-term planning abilities. I guarantee you right now, any of the Caps in the building, they already in 2027. We just kicking off 2026. They done planned this whole year out. They in 2027. Well, you are feeling the energy of your superpower that's going to get activated and strengthened during this eclipse season. Your leadership and your long-term planning abilities. Capricorn risings build what lasts. What you're building now will last. It will last. It will last. Okay? Now, let's talk about your kryptonite. The kryptonite for the Capricorn risings, the danger, I keep hearing him say that. The danger is assuming responsibility for everything. Clock it. Capricorn risings. Here is your kryptonite, and I need you to know, everybody needs to know what is the kryptonite, because we know what kryptonite did to Superman. And your danger and your kryptonite is assuming responsibility for everything. Because burnout is going to block your opportunities. So if you're working on something, Capricorn risings, during this eclipse season, and it seems like it's not going the way you thought it should go, you're doing too much. You are assuming responsibility for everything. And whenever your energy gets to the point of being burned out, it's going to start blocking opportunities now, instantly. Now, let's talk about your color chemistry. And I love these 2 colors together. They are quite enchanting. It is charcoal. Ooh, do I have a piece of charcoal around here? What is this? This sugar light. That ain't charcoal, but I got some charcoal on this Palo Santo stick. A little charcoal. Charcoal right there. Charcoal and platinum, baby. Platinum, because you gonna go platinum. Some of y'all Capricorn rising, you about to go platinum. You about to go platinum. So charcoal and platinum. And the reason these 2 tones are going to be there is because they're going to reinforce authority. Okay? And the reinforcement of that authority is going to come with that charcoal. And so, without it being rigid, which is the platinum, you know, that platinum is almost like this silver cord, this invisible silver cord that we all have. The silver cord that connects us to a part of source in our soul that sometimes the mystics talk about. That helps you to stay connected, that platinum cord, without being too rigid. You're flexible. You're very flexible. Okay? So wearing these two colors is going to support your endurance. You know, that charcoal, you just think about the process of a charcoal. You know, it is through the coal that we actually get a diamond. So it supports endurance, and it also supports respect. RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Yeah, and it must go both ways. Now we're going to talk about Capricorn risings. We're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about your money. All right. So now, Capricorn risings. Here is how money opens for you during this eclipse season. Your wealth tone. Your money is going to open through these 4 things. Planning. Number 1. Management. I'm in love under new management. Management. And authoritarian roles. But there is a caveat with delegation. I think one of the Capricorn risings already peeped this, but you must have delegations. You must say, I'm going to plan this. I am willing to manage this. And I recognize that I am in that leadership role, but I'm going to give you're going to be responsible for this. And then you are going to be responsible for this. And sure, you can definitely do this for me. You're going to delegate. Okay, so delegation is real. This is going to open up the money. All right, now here we go. My channeled eclipse message for you. You are to lead, but under no circumstances. You are not to carry all the bags. I don't want you looking like a bag man or a bag girl or a bag woman out in these streets. You are to lead, but do not carry it all. Capricorn risings. All right, let's go to Aquarius risings. Where are my Aquarius risings? And we're almost done. I just want to say thank you to you guys for staying. And thank you all for being here. Let's continue. Let's get those likes up, please. If you received anything that was useful, in alignment, you connected with, let's get those likes up. Let's go to Aquarius risings. Let's talk about your eclipse superpower. This eclipse for Aquarius rising, it's going to be potent. You know, you ever eat something that was real potent? It's going to be real potent for you, Aquarius risings, especially for you. Don't care what else you got going on, but especially this eclipse, because it is happening on that Aquarius and Leo axis. And we are moving into Aquarius, all of this energy in Aquarius. So Aquarius risings for you. Aquarius risings, your superpower is seeing what's next and feels both of these. So what you feel, your emotions, a lot of this is psychic energy coming on. Seeing what is next. Many are asking what is next, but Aquarius rising see what is next and they feel what is next as it relates to innovate. So think about that Drake song that says, elevate, elevate. No, innovate, innovate. Aquarius risings, your superpowers is true to you, is seeing and feeling what's next to innovate, right? That's your superpower. Now, let's talk about your kryptonite. The danger, Aquarius rising, is disconnecting from the heart while living in ideas. So you staying up here. You in the false matrix with it, not in the heart. Now more than ever, human connection is essential. This isn't a time of isolation, Aquarius rising. Your kryptonite is disconnecting from your heart, pretending you don't care, you don't feel, you gonna push it aside, you gonna pretend it ain't happening, you only gonna focus on what you want. That's your kryptonite. That is dangerous during this eclipse season. You have to stay connected to your heart, and human connection is essential. Let's talk about your color chemistry. It is electric blue and violet. Electric blue. Let me see if I got some this electric. Yeah, that liquid magic, that's kind of electric. Y'all see that electric blue and violet. And why these colors? Because electric blue and violet, it stimulates innovation and higher awareness. Not the awareness that we have in our day-to-day consciousness, but really being connected to the higher self. So the higher self awareness. And wearing electric blue and violet, wearing them aligns the intellect with purpose. I'm going to say that again for the Aquarius risings. The electric blue and violet helps to connect and align the intellect with purpose. All right? Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about your wealth tones. Absolutely. And violet, I have it. Look at it. This is an amethyst crystal that was dug out of the ground by one of the soul family members and sent to me many, many suns ago as a gift. And I love it. So let's talk about the money. Your financial expansion comes through community. It comes through soul tribe. It comes through technology. And it comes through scalable ideas. This is how your wealth is going to come flooding in for you. Aquarius risings through the tribe, community, technology, and scalable ideas. And here is my channeled, if I can talk, eclipse message for you. Build the future, Aquarius risings. We know you're here to build the future. Build the future. But you must stay human and authentic through the process. Authenticity is a part of your signature. And without that, there is no future. All right? Aquarius rising. All right. Pisces rising. Ooh, let's talk about your eclipse superpower. Wow. All right. Where is Pisces risings? Pisces risings, I need you to come on to the front. I need you to come on to the front. Now, your superpower. This eclipse season is going to amplify your intuition, your creativity, and your healing capacity. Because Pisces risings, many of the Pisces risings, is dealing with something within their lives that need to be healed. And this eclipse season is amplifying that. This will become your superpower. Intuition, even more. Creativity, even more. Because Pisces risings are so creative, right? Your healing abilities to be able to heal and to help others heal, that capacity even more. And so Pisces risings, you become a channel. You become a channel yourself. Now, I want to talk about your kryptonite during this eclipse season. I want to talk about your danger because there is a danger here, all right? The danger, Pisces risings, is avoiding practical reality. Thinking you can charm, you can see, you can dream your way out of or into a reality. Because now, because this will be your kryptonite, your dreams need structure. They need the structure now. That's your kryptonite. That's your kryptonite. The danger is avoiding practical reality. Okay? Now, let's talk about your color chemistry. And I love these colors. Seafoam, like that beautiful seafoam color, and lavender. So seafoam. Oh, thank you, Rain. Rain, you thank you, Goddess Rain. Yeah. Seafoam and lavender. Beautiful lavender. I don't have anything in front of me, those colors right now, but beautiful seafoam and beautiful lavender. And these two tones, what happens, because with this intuition, because Pisces risings are already so intuitive, already so creative, already tapped into the healing aspect of it anyway, right? And a channel for many. And all of this is getting amplified. And so the seafoam and the lavender, these tones are going to soothe their emotions because often Pisces will become emotionally overloaded. Okay? It's going to soothe the emotional overload while sharpening your intuition. It's going to make it even more sharp. It's already being amplified, but now it's going to become sharp, precise. And so wearing these two colors, seafoam and lavender together, it's going to ground that sensitivity because Pisces are so sensitive. Don't let them fool you. What's the song? I need a sensitivity. Pisces are one of the most sensitive. They're more sensitive than Cancers. They are very sensitive. So is Virgos because they are earth and more of the psychic abilities are coming through the planet Earth. And Virgo and Pisces, they are soul partners, cosmic partners there. So they both feel that sensitivity, right? So it's going to help ground that sensitivity into clarity, into clarity. So now let's talk about the money, right? Let's talk about the money. I want you all to know your money is going to flow, Pisces risings, when your intuition, and I need you to hear me, when your intuition is packaged, when it is priced right, and when it is repeated consistently. So if you have a business, it has to be packaged. This is how your money is going to flow. These intuitive ideas, it has to be priced right. And it has to be repeated consistently. And the money is going to flow like the waters that Pisces love to be in. So now, let's talk about your channeled eclipse message. Pisces risings, you have to ground your magic. You have to ground your magic because your magic is not just meant for the world. It's not just meant for the world. You know, Pisces is so spiritual. They're so almost like Aquarius. They're very humanitarian and very much wanting to help others. But you have to ground your magic because your magic is meant to sustain you, not just to give it to others to sustain. Yes, powerful. Whew. Listen, 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 listen. So I want you to know we are going to be having the solar eclipse on the 17th. And the eclipse doesn't change your faith. What the solar eclipse does, and in this eclipse season, it reveals how you move with it. And so what you've gotten here was a way to move with what is being presented in front of you. And so I have given you your eclipse solar power, your superpower. I don't know why I said solar. It's solar too. But your eclipse superpower. I have shown you where your kryptonite is during the eclipse. I've even given you a little bit of past life, color chemistry, how to work with the tones, the frequencies, the effects of these tones. And I've even shown you what your wealth tone is and how your money can best flow for you. And I've channeled an eclipse message just for you. And so, this is what I want to say. First of all, I want to thank you all for staying. And if you stayed here towards the end, I definitely want you to share that message with me. And someone, please, if someone knows my Cash App, please put it in there. Otherwise, I got to look for it because I don't know it right offhand. I don't know it right offhand. But I will put it in chat. I'll get it for you guys before we close out and put it in chat. But what I want to say to you all is I want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me and doing what I love, what I enjoy. And thank you for being a part of this community. I love you all. I cherish you all, and I'm so grateful for you all. I'm excited for what is to come for each and every single one of you. You're always invited here whenever you decide to come. You're always invited here. And so, as we move through this eclipse season, I want us to move through with love, move through this eclipse season healthy, right? And I also want us to move through this eclipse season abundant. We're going to be releasing some things. There will be some things that is ending, but there will be so much to celebrate. And I'm just so excited for all of us to celebrate through. I will be doing as many shows as I can to support us through this junction. Because any time that we have these powerful moments on the planet, we know that there will be souls leaving this planet. And so I will come on and I will keep us, in the light. And I know you all will continue to share wherever you are, whatever work you're doing as well, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of us here together to do that. It's so much happening in the world right now, but I want you to focus on you, because this is how we're going to make a difference. There's a lot of distractions that's happening out there. I don't want any of us, none of us, to be a distraction, right? Okay. And so you guys are asking if there's something you can do for me. There is something you can do. You can like this video. You can leave a comment, whether that's telling me what part stood out to you, what resonated with you. Tell me your rising sign. You can share something about yourself if this is the first time you're coming here. Of course, you can do the normal like and subscribe. I would love for you to definitely like. Also, hype this video up. There's a feature that you can do that to hype this video up. But take some time for us to be intentional about the work and things that we want to see in the world. And if you all want me to keep coming on doing this, then I'm going to need y'all to show up in the comments. I'm going to need you to leave something in the comment section. I'm going to need you to leave something right here in this space that we are all here vibrating together in. Something that is meaningful, something that will show that we have the sun shining bright in this space. Because I know the souls that come through this space, you are the ones out here in the world that is moving the collective forward. And I am so, so grateful. I am so, so grateful for each and every single one of you. Some of you have been with me for a long time. We have grown up together. You are literally my sister and my brother from another mother. We are all here together. Some of you are new. Some of you have been here for a minute, but it doesn't matter. You are welcome. You are welcome, and I love you, and I'm so glad you're here. So before I get out of here, anybody want to get in contact with me? My links are all in the bio. There's about 8 of them, and you can hit them links. When you go to the YouTube show page and it says show links, if you're interested in joining the Dream Makers class, I would love for you to be here. I would love for you to join if that's something, that you can see yourself doing, or be a part of the futuristic activation class. I would absolutely love to have you there. But more importantly, I would love for you to be present here. And I would love for you to take the things that resonate with you. This is your time to live. I know so much outside is trying to be in contrast of that, but your most valuable asset right now is you. You. You are the phenomenon on the planet right now. Everyone's looking to the sky. They are looking to the seas. They are checking in crypto. They are looking at gold. They are looking in files and records. They are looking to the court systems. They are looking to the government. They are looking for the saviors in the sky. They are looking for them on the ground. But you are the phenomenon that is here. Yeah. So I'm going to need you to walk in your light. We got this solar energy coming up. It's 11:44 in my world. What a beautiful time to be alive and growing up on planet Earth. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I love you so much. Oracle kisses. I will see you all. Yeah, where will I see you? In the comments section. Peace and love. Ciao.
If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Oh, nothing's missing. I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past, I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher. Every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing. Every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it. Show it. If you want it, grow it. Grow. If you leave it, know it. Know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here. When I raise my vibration, the vision is clear.